Oh yes. I think you just saw that's going to be happening really soon. Post volume. That's all you're going to know is the name of it for now. But basically, keep looking at the 4 people below, and hopefully, if you're nice enough, myself, and you'll find more information about what you just saw and what's going to be coming in the future about Post volume. As you can tell, I'm really excited about it. I'm joking. I am actually really excited about it. I just wasn't putting any excitement in it. Anyway, I'm going to get into my review now because, well, that's what I'm here for. Unlike Post volume, which I'm very excited about, very happy about, and so far very pleased about, very much the opposite can be said about Sirenia's The Stigma of Life. Oh dear God. Dear fucking God. If you don't know who Sirenia is, they are a gothic metal band from Norway. They were formed in 2001. They are currently signed to Nuclear Blast Records. Their lyrical themes revolve around life, death, love and hate. They're the main ones anyway. They have 4 band members. Morten Veland is one of them, one of the main ones, who is also the one-man band creator of Mortemia. He does harsh and clean vocals, mainly harsh, excuse me. He does guitar, he does bass, he does keyboards, and he does something else, but I can't remember what, drums, I think. There is also a girl called Aylin. Well, that's her name. Her real name is Pilar Jimenez Garcia, but the band called her Aylin. She is the female lead vocalist. They also have a guitarist and another harsh vocalist called Michael S. Krumens, and a drummer, I think, called Jonathan A. Perez. Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to read my screen because I can't memorize any of these people's names or roles. Basically, if you're into gothic metal, you've probably heard of Sirenia. If you're, if you're quite a big fan of gothic metal, they're one of the sort of main, more important bands of gothic metal. They're one of the staples in any sort of gothic metal heads fucking diet. I think I've said that before in a Blind Guardian fucking video, I can't remember. But basically, yeah, they're one of the main, most well-known sort of gothic metal bands for people who are on the gothic metal scene. This is their 5th album release, or is it their 5th? Yes, it is their 5th. And I'm a Sirenia fan. I really like their first 2 albums, being At Sixes, At Sevens and An Elixir for Existence. I think they're really good albums, and ones that I think people should check out, not that everybody will like them whatsoever. And I knew that Sirenia were going to be releasing a new album sometime, probably in 2011, because they haven't had one since 2009, and they've sort of released them every 2 or 3 years anyway, so I was expecting one. But I was really surprised when this came around. I had seen no advertisement or hype whatsoever anywhere whatsoever. I had heard nothing. I had not known that this was going to come out. Nobody had said anything, and then suddenly pops up on Facebook, Metal Archives has said, oh, Sirenia released this today. I was like, oh, what the fuck? But I decided to download it illegally because I'm a bastard. I was going to try it out. Anyway, that's my excuse. And it's a 14-track album. As I said, it was released 2 days ago from Nuclear Blast Records. And immediately in the comments bar, there were a lot of negative comments. Most of them were just childish ones saying, oh, gothic metal's gay, and gothic metal's fucking stupid. But you did get some about the actual album saying, oh, this sucks, Sirenia are shit. I was like, hey, I like Sirenia, so this will probably rock my fucking socks. Downloaded it. Started listening to the first song called The End of It All. And oh my god, how fucking shit. Straight away I was just greeted by lots of keyboard samples, keyboard melodies, and basically just keyboard, with some very sort of distant background drums and the same repeated guitar line that was covered by keyboards. And so I was basically thinking, fuck, they've turned so symphonic that it's just going to be an album full of keyboards. And basically that's what it was. This entire album, most of the songs, the main instrument in them is keyboard sounds. It's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't have a problem with keyboards in metal, but it's the fact that I don't want song after song after song of pretty much just keyboard for the musical side. It really pisses me off. Especially when, you know, they're pretty much the same sort of repetitive goddamn keyboard melodies that you hear. You know, they don't change anything up, it's just the exact same melody for the entire fucking song. And that's exactly what Sirenia did, and it's so fucking boring. It's something that I really hate. Some people may enjoy them, in which case go for this album, because you'll probably love it. But I just could not stand that. You do get the guitars, although you can't really hear them all the time, and they do repeat quite a lot. The drums, as I said, are very background. You can't really hear them whatsoever, which I'm really quite annoyed about. And bass, even though they have a bassist in Morten Veland, I couldn't hear any bass. I could not hear any bass in this entire album, none whatsoever. They were also meant to have a... Oh, come in. You too. Sorry, my dogs. But, they were basically meant to have, in fact, I'll just get them on screen for some extra views. Oh, that's gonna mention herself. Yep. Oh, hello, Holly. Sexy beast. Okay. Now, they were meant to have a violinist. They did not have a violinist. Or well, they did, but I can't remember hearing any violin in this entire album. So, you know, it's like, I blame on the keyboards again, because the keyboard melodies and all the sounds are produced from these damn keys. They just take over everything in this music, except for the vocals. Now I'm going to get onto that. Now, I'm a big fan of Morten Veland's vocals, and all of his work, except for this, obviously. In fact, I'll go back to that, actually. I thought that this entire album mainly was nothing to do with Morten Veland, because of his work in Mortemia and earlier work. I'm a big fan of his work. All of the work, pretty much, they were written, composed, and arranged by Morten Veland. So, basically... what the fuck, he actually ordered and said that all these keyboard melodies should be used. That's fucking ridiculous. But basically, anyway, the vocals, Morten Veland gets very few notes or lines in. He does very harsh vocals. There are no clean vocals on this album from him whatsoever. Just a lot of, well, actually, just growls, but they're very few. They're very few and far between. He only gets about a line of lyrics, and then that's his part done. Goes back to a girl called Aylin, and that's a huge problem I have, is Aylin's vocals. This is her, I think it's her second one, because she was on the her second album with the band, because she was also on the 13th Floor, it was called. The previous lyricist they had, or it's not lyricist, was the female vocalist, excuse me, was called Monica Pedersen. But basically, oh my god, I cannot stand her vocals. I cannot stand her vocals or her voice. I'm sure she'd be quite good if she put feeling, passion, emotion, and actually sounded like she gave a shit about what she was singing. She sounds so monotone and emotionless, and that's not how it's meant to be. Gothic metal should not be completely emotionless. You know, it's meant to be quite full of feeling and meaning. But oh, it's just some monotone bullshit from this girl. It's some of the worst female vocal work I've heard in a while. I'm sure she'd be good in other projects, but it really just sounded like she really didn't care. You know, you can't enjoy this if they don't enjoy it, because it really sounds like they don't enjoy singing this. It just sounds really bad. Get out! I hate my dogs. Basically, the vocals really piss me off. They're unbelievably bad. And I really wish that Morten had actually given himself more vocalist time, because his vocals, I mark out for them. I love his vocals. And Aylin's vocals do not work with the music that's been produced, which is mainly just keyboard, like I said. It's just completely horrible. They also brought in another choir, but the choir parts that you can hear are completely useless. There's no point to them. I'm not sure why they really added them. And also the cover art. For an album that's called The Stigma of Life, I really don't know what the cover art is for. It looks like a woman who's either got the sun behind her head or has some really fucked up hair, who also has the moon behind her, and she's holding something. I guess it's a heart. She's also got black wings. Looks like she has fucking free wings. What the fuck? What the hell is that meant to mean? You know, it just makes no sense. Nothing in this album really does. Really, really poor. I'm just really not happy with this work whatsoever. If you're big fans of Sirenia, or if you like a lot of keyboards in your metal, although I can hardly classify this as metal, then go ahead, download this, you might enjoy it. But I really don't think a lot of people will. I think this is going to get so many negative reviews. I really cannot stand this whatsoever. If I did ratings, it would be about a 2, if that, you know. Really, really poor. Really not impressed with whatsoever. But hey, that's just my opinion. I'm sure that some people might enjoy this, but I just don't think so. But still, you know, if you want to download it or buy it, whichever one you want to do, go ahead and do it. You can check it out for yourself and make up your own mind. I'm just here to give my opinions. But anyway, thanks for watching the review. Sorry about the dog interference. You bitch. Just kidding, I love you. But anyway, check out Post Volume. We're going to be adding more information. Like I said, please check out the 4 people that I post below. Very exciting project, which I'm very happy to be a part of. And keep watching me for more reviews. Please. See you guys later.